Hello and welcome back to the Full-Time Banter Show, episode 7. This is part 3, the Fantasy League section. My name is Tarek.
I'm Liam.
And I'm Jack.
Yes, Jack has joined us this week because Riz couldn't be here. Jack, thank you for coming. He's a big supporter of the show. Good to have you on board and get your views on the Fantasy League, hopefully, because we're big fanatics, aren't we? Before we carry on, please make sure you like, share and subscribe. Leave us any comments in the comment section. And you can get in touch via Twitter at FullTimeBanter7. So, straight into it, because we've got a lot to talk about in Fantasy League this week. It's been going mental, for those of you who know. So I'm going to start straight away, update you on the past week. Here is the top 10 as it stands. Ben Sita, annoyingly still at the top. I mean, it's only 2 weeks. Well done, Ben. I mean that, yeah. Not annoyed at you being at the top again, but hey, well done. But look, who's at number 5?
Hey!
It's me, yay! Yes.
Doing us proud, thank God.
Best start ever. I'm waiting for it to turn sour at some point, eventually. But hopefully it doesn't, because I'm absolutely kicking it at the moment. So that'll lead us nicely. I'll just give you a quick update on my team then first then. Bye, let me down. That's his days over.
Is he gone?
He has gone, and that is one of the talking points I'm going to talk about. It's only Wednesday, and he's already gone, because usually Friday night is my night for Fantasy League. Friday night is Fantasy League night, but he's already gone. My maximum 3 week rule.
Yeah.
Gave him 2 weeks. He's done nothing. I'm proving myself right by saying United's defence is not going to be as good.
It's good this year,
and that's proven the case so far. So, yeah, and Bernardo Silva was played as a right wing back, annoyingly. So,
yeah.
Let's see how he does in week 3. Everyone else, I went Aguero. High five if you went Aguero.
High five,
hey!
High five, Jack. Did you?
No, okay.
No.
Shame.
Sorry.
But yeah, you can see the team for yourselves. I'm not going to delve too deeply in it. If you want my opinion on anything or any of the players, just get in touch. Fabianski isn't looking such the bargain that we thought he was going to be.
No.
So I'm contemplating another keeper coming in at some point. You're sticking,
I'm
really?
Sticking. For the past 3 seasons, he's been in the top 3 saves.
He has.
And I think if West Ham are going to start playing bad in defence, there's only going to be more shots for him to save. I'm sticking.
True, but he hasn't got those save points so far.
No, he doesn't.
I stuck with Begovic, and he got me the extra point for the saves. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes anyway. But yeah, 93 points. Absolutely chuffed. Made up. I'm over the moon. Yeah. Liam, tell us about your week.
Yeah, I had a pretty good week as well, to be honest. 85 points, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
The only one that really let me down was Cedric at Southampton, because he got a yellow card, I think it was. So he ended up just basically muting all
out his points.
Yes. Any of the points that he got, so he just ended up on a big fat 0. Yeah, pretty much the same as what Tarek was saying. Silva, nothing this week. Mendy was brilliant for me. Captain Aguero, Arnautovic and Salah. And Richarlison was a last-minute addition before game week 1, doing the business for me. So can't really complain too much with that. Plans for next week? I think I'm going to...
Hold that thought.
Ooh.
We'll come back to that at the end.
Okay.
Final thoughts on that. We'll quickly run you through. Riz is next. Peaky Blinders. Poor showing from Riz, 63 points. He went and captained Salah. But I'm going to say for Riz, because I know why. Riz has been, he's been silly with his team. He's actually taken it easy on his workmates. It's their fault, because he's got this guilty conscience. You need to let the reins off. Because he used soft lot at his workplace.
Unleash the beast, Riz.
Yeah, just forget it, Riz. You've got to do this. If you're going to play this game, you play it properly. Yeah, it's not good enough. You're 45th, but only on 137 points, which is, you're nearly 50 points, 60 points off the leader. Not good after 2 weeks, Riz. Yeah, sort it out. Forget those wusses at your workplace. You either need to learn to play the game, and if you don't know how to play the game, this is the place to be. Okay, Jack, our special guest.
Yes.
The Tiny Terriers.
I'm disappointed in more ways than one, not just fantasy. Our captain Mendy, but I had logic, but it went completely wrong. But there was logic. I captained Mendy, so obviously as a Town fan, I go to the games, not all of them, but this weekend I had the opportunity to go to the Etihad. So I went. I knew that my team might not do that well, but I thought I want to go watch City play football. You know, I tried to go to appreciate the football. I captained Mendy. So I thought, okay, if Town play terrible, City might get a clean sheet, I'll get lots of points. Brilliant.
Win-win.
Exactly. If Town score, I get to watch Town score at the Etihad. Town did score, it finished 6-1, but I went to the toilet and missed the goal. Not only did my captain not get clean sheet points, I didn't even see the goal, I missed it. And I haven't even re-watched it because it hurts me so much.
To be fair,
it hurts me, so I've not even seen
it. And it was coming.
On his full debut as well, Stankovic, on his full debut.
He had a good game. Because he blazed that one over wide just before, didn't he? And he played really well.
Yeah. I mean, Town didn't really have the ball to play football, to be honest, but we'll talk about that.
Well, that was the loudest cheer when you got into the City half, wasn't it?
Yeah, the only time. The only time, yeah. Anyway, no, I'm really disappointed with my team. King, 1 point. I think I put down there was 6 players that got 2 points or less on my team, and I really beat myself up about my team. Like 66, I know it's 6 points above average, but it's really not good enough. And like you've said to Riz, he's far behind. I'm only 10 points above him. Yeah. I know I'm joint 34th, but I'm on 147. So keepers Patricio and Fabianski, they've both got tough game weeks going into the next one. I mean, I picked Fabianski, got 2, Patricio got 1, Mendy captained him, Robertson got me points, 1, Sanchez ruined me.
So did you not watch the video when you sent your team in to me and I gave my synopsis, my breakdown? What did you think of that, by the way? I wanted some feedback on that while you're here in person.
Which bit's that?
On the week that you sent your team in to me and Riz to have a look at.
What part though?
Any of it, all of it.
Any of it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. Like I saw one of the videos you were talking about, like the premium slots, and I've made a transfer. We'll talk about that later, but I've made a transfer, and I liked what you were talking about with the premium slots. So like you said about the striker, the midfielder, because then that gives you an opportunity to drop down on someone. Yeah. And my option was Sanchez, who I regret putting in, but he had such a good pre-season, such a promising pre-season, and he looked to be flying. You know, I know that obviously he played striker in pre-season because there was no Lukaku from being in Belgium, but then, well, you've said the defence has been poor. United have been poor, but we've covered that. And I have tried to be really strict to sticking to the premium slots that you've said, but I've just had to throw that out the window because I've really beat myself up about this. I'm really not happy about this.
Well, the points I was hoping you'd pick on that I was alluding to was, in that video, I actually said to you, I'm not a fan of King. King is one of those...
I've got rid of him.
Yeah?
I've got rid of him.
He's another troll, is King, yeah? So I won't go near him. Jorginho, who Riz kept championing and saying he's box to box, he's on the pens. Fair enough, he scored 1 pen, but again... He's
against Town as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's got you only 2 points there. So those players, and Sanchez, we're going to talk about big, expensive flops. Yeah. So, cheers for that, Jack. Anyway, any other points you want to make on that from your team?
Just the fact that Sanchez didn't play, and my substitute number 1 was Wan-Bissaka, who got subbed on with -2. So it should have been. I'd rather have just had 68. I'd rather just keep Sanchez and have 68. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
Send them an email, they might change it for you.
Maybe. Those 2 points mean everything. But yeah, that's all from me.
Cool, thank you very much, Jack. It's I mean, that Mendy one, I know me and you were toing and froing on the YouTube channel. If you have a look at the comment section and below on last week's show, I said it was a bit of an outside option for me, but he was always ever going to be third choice. He wasn't, Aguero was going to be first. If I didn't do Aguero, it was going to be Salah, and he was kind of the outside one. So that was quite a punt you went with.
Yeah, I have a thing for going for different captains. I like to be the person that shoots up the league because they picked a captain that nobody else did.
The Maverick.
I lost the league for that 2 years ago. Yeah. Well, that's for another time, but I lost the league for captaining the wrong player on the last week. I was in the lead all season until the last week.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a saying that relates to that. I can't remember what it is right now. But well done. Liam, have we done yours, haven't we? Yeah. Right, we're going to go to our highest and lowest point scorers of the week, which is very interesting this week. The highest point score was by Clarksfield FC. Naeem Iqbal, well done out there. Really well done, who already in game week 2 wildcarded. And this is another thing we're going to talk about later. He wildcarded, and the rest of us thought he'd used a chip as well or something, because to get 105 points, absolutely fantastic. I mean, obviously he's gone Aguero captain, and the rest of them. To be fair, there's a couple of 2s in there, like you said, Tozen. Why would you bring Tozen in on your wild card? Yeah, but anyway, never mind. But yeah, the rest of them kind of came in for you. Alonso's one we've got to talk about. But despite that, he's climbing. He's getting up there because he was a bit lower down last week. He's joint 13th on 167 points overall. So Naeem, well done, and hopefully it keeps working for you. But personally, on a wild card to bring in Neves and Tozen, I'm not a fan of that at all.
Unless funding was a bit short, maybe, but
I think in both those positions there's better options, and we're going to talk about those.
We will do.
Yeah, definitely. So you need to reconsider that's your next 2 transfers coming up. Yeah. On the flip side of that, lowest points scored this week. Oh my word, Gary Ednan with 35 points, and the average was 60. Another high scoring week, and you managed 35, Gary. Absolutely atrocious.
Before we get negative on his team, I would like to praise him for bringing in Danny Ings. I was close, and I don't think many people did, but fair play to him, because I haven't seen it, but apparently he played very well. And fair play to him for trying that.
In both games, he came on in the first game, and I think he started the second one, and his stats are saying, like I was talking to you earlier, Liam, about those expected goals and stuff like that, he's up there. So we're going to talk about him. He's on my radar. He's a potential. So yeah, well done for that. But apart from that, again, I mean, some strange picks.
Good
Bertrand, Van Aanholt, fair enough. That was a bit of a weird one. But Daryl Janmaat, Goodmanson's one of those. Yeah, who's done all right for you. But Neves again and Tozen. See, Neves and Tozen, so there's a running theme there.
Captain as well.
Captain Tozen.
Captain Tozen, that is like a bad TV show. Yeah, and Sigurdsson, everyone knows he's not on it. Have you even heard his name mentioned so far this season?
Everton's pre-season was terrible. I was well away from Everton.
Yeah.
Well away from Everton after their pre-season.
I know, yeah, and there's only one standout so far, isn't there? Maybe Walcott's coming through as well. But yeah, oh well, Gary, 91st, near the foot of the table. So yeah, that's the full-time banter league so far.
Just a quick one on Gary. I'm guessing you're a wrestling fan, mate, with the team name of the Shield. So if you are, 2 thumbs up for that.
Is that what that was? I thought it was maybe the TV show.
But it could be. Let us know. Please get in touch at full-time banter 7 and let us know if it's the wrestling group or the TV show.
Didn't they disband?
Yeah, now they're semi-back together.
Are they? Okay.
It's very confusing.
Oh, right.
The world of wrestling.
Yes, it is.
All over again.
Right. Thank you very much for watching so far. Those are good teams, good breakdown. It's taken a little longer than expected, but let's carry on. We've got, Jack, a question that you said you were to read out.
Yes, so thank you, Miguel, for bringing this in. It's, what do you make of the new role Kante is playing at the minute under Sarri? Now, I saw the first game of the season because Chelsea played against Huddersfield, and it was at Huddersfield at home, and I think Kante was a completely different player alongside Jorginho. I think it's just completely unlocked him to have that attacking. Like obviously, he already had that attacking style of play, but I think from a fantasy perspective, I really do, and he actually scored as well.
He wasn't rewarded previously for all his hard work, was he?
Yeah, he's like one of those players that works really hard, but fantasy just an absolute no.
3 points.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're guaranteed 2 points, 3 points, but that's it. But for fantasy, I've actually brought him into my team. I got rid of Sanchez for Kante to free up funds to swap King out. Like you said, like I should get rid of King. So I've brought Kante in to free up funds to swap King for Aubameyang because Arsenal have got some very, very tasty fixtures for the next 6-7 weeks. But yeah, I think the role Kante is attacking just as well as he's defending, and I do think he is going to give you some attacking returns. And I would definitely, if anyone's thinking about it,
you cannot finish.
No, but I think he's going to get assists.
You may well do, because his stats so far is 5 shots with 1 on target, the one he scored from. So he's not a finisher. He's almost, I mean, he's playing the role now that Naby Keita is for us at Liverpool. But I think Naby Keita's a bit better at it. He's just a bit...
that specific role.
Like, yeah.
I was going to...
at the sort of box-to-box, which is unfortunately to the detriment of Firmino at the moment at Liverpool, but that's a different topic. Firmino's not firing in Fantasy League. I think in that system, for the short term, Kante, yes, to answer your question, Miguel, I think, like you said, he's going to get some rewards, he's going to get some points, maybe some assists, but long term, Chelsea are going to get a different player to play that position. Because you can see the system, you can recognise the system. You've got Jorginho holding, you've got the box-to-box, and you've got one maybe who's like the deep-lying playmaker.
Kovacic probably from Real Madrid at the minute. Yeah,
which, I mean, I'm getting different opinions on him. Some saying that he can't play that role either. I don't know, we'll see. But I mean, Fabregas hasn't had a look in yet.
No.
Yeah, and who's the third midfielder? Is there a midfielder?
Barkley.
Ross Barkley. So
he's played at the week.
He's tried Barkley, hasn't he? So there's 3 distinct midfield roles, and I think for the short term, Kante has got that one of them. But I think long term, but we'll look at that long term.
Yeah, I didn't realise until I made the transfer. I've got Jorginho in my team, so I now have Kante and Jorginho in my team. But I'm thinking long term, depending how Wolves do, one of them is going to go to Neves.
Right. Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Depending on price drops, like I don't have any money to play around with, so I've got to be able to afford a swap for swap.
Yeah. So and this is where the price rises.
We will see. That's my future plans anyway.
Links in nicely. Liam, did you have anything to add on that? Sorry, before I move
on.
No,
I think you've covered it. Yeah. You covered it like Kante does on the pitch.
Yeah.
Like a rash.
But yeah, that point on price rises links nicely into the next of TJ's questions. He says, what do you guys think is more important? Making transfers before prices go up on a player, or holding back, banking your transfer, and taking a gamble to make 2 changes later on, I'm presuming he's saying, where you risk the value of your team going down and the prices of the players going up. So have a think about what you're going to say on that. I'm going to give a brief explanation to some of our new players, because I know we've got new players joining our league just off the back of our videos. Thank you very much. What may have come up as a bit of a shock to you, if you haven't already, I know one particular person got in touch and asked me for some advice on transfers, and when I advised him, Mane had gone up in price. Basically, it's based on supply and demand. The more people buy in a player into their team, makes him popular, it drives his price up. The players who then are transferred out, or not even, are still left there, nobody's got them in any of their teams, their value slowly starts to drop. So overall, it affects your team value, which we could talk about later in the future, where it's basically like assets. If a player increases, you've got more money to play with, essentially, if you want to transfer him out. The reason why that's happening is because traditionally this does not happen. I made a transfer on Monday night, like I was telling you. Monday, it was unheard of. Monday, there was Liverpool playing. Usually, you wait till the end of the week. Friday, Liam says Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, yeah.
Because you wait
10:59.
Yeah.
Latest news, any injuries, the press conferences, the lineups, who's playing, who's not.
Daily Mail spreadsheet, that's my big.
Exactly, so you always wait last minute for up-to-date information. These price changes now are forcing our hand. To answer your question, what I did, Miguel, I waited 2 weeks, I banked my 2 transfers. What that meant was I knew I was foregoing the option of bringing Richarlison in, even though he's doing well, and his price was rising, and I was losing value potentially on another player. But I wanted to bank my 2 transfers. What it means now is until maybe I will wild card, or I get rid of a higher value bracket, my 7.5 million, I can't bring Richarlison in. So my hands are tied in that respect. But it's so frustrating, and the reason I think it's happening is because this year we've got so many new players, 5.2 million players. Last season there were 3.6 million. So I'm not great at maths, but that's a hell of a lot more, isn't it? Yeah. And those players don't know. Those players don't know how to play the game. So what they're doing is, as soon as they see somebody score a goal, bang, they're on the phone transferring them in.
And then it doesn't happen till the next week, and they don't realise.
Yeah, so it's artificially driving sort of prices
It's
up.
like real life football.
Yeah.
Artificially driving prices up.
Yeah, very similar.
My hope is, and my theory is that as per any season, the new players, the amateur players, by Christmas, maybe a quarter or a third will have lost interest and dropped off. By sort of
Easter, maybe?
Easter, yeah.
Before Easter.
Maybe 50% of that 5.2 million are still actually concentrating and playing the game. So hopefully we should see a settle. Yeah. But yeah, to answer your question, Miguel, I banked the 2 transfers. I waited, but then I couldn't wait this week because of the price changes, and I had to use those 2 on Monday night. So all this week, I've got itchy fingers. I don't know what to do with myself. I've already planned. I was telling the lads planned game week 4's transfers. But the other thing, hopefully nobody gets injured in training like Sanchez apparently did after the press conference.
Yeah.
And KDB. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting season anyway. Off the back of that, any other points, Jack, you want to add on that?
No, I think you covered it. I've done exactly the same. I've made my early transfers and hope they don't. I did it because I knew that Sanchez would fall, and I thought that because a lot of people might have noticed Arsenal have really good fixtures coming up. I was torn between changing to Mkhitaryan or Aubameyang. I've gone for Aubameyang just because I think most people have gone for Mkhitaryan because he's cheaper. The premium striker, people have gone for Aguero. Where I've managed to get both now. But obviously I have Jorginho and Kante.
Yeah.
So
he missed some sitters, Aubameyang. He should have scored.
I know Bellerin should have had a hat-trick of assists.
Yeah.
He was on my team.
So the signs are promising.
But they have played City and Chelsea, like Town have. Arsenal and Town have done the flip of each other. They've done the reverse of each other, yeah.
On that point, I've not spoken about it yet. I've been meaning to ask you about that City Huddersfield game. It was that the champions versus the relegated.
Yes, it was the very top against the very bottom. I mean, we can't score if we don't have the ball. It was as simple as that. They had the ball the entire time. I mean, I was sat quite close to the front. I was quite fortunate with my seats. I couldn't really see an overview of the pitch, but I was watching, and all you could see was 21. There's still 11 players on the team. 21 players were all in Town's half, apart from Edison. Even Company and Stones were just pushed. They weren't even in the circle in the middle. They were just pressing Town, pressing.
Wow.
You think after the 5th goal goes in, give us a chance. We're not going to come back from 5-1. But they were going for double figures.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have made much of a difference, but Town did have 3 of their starters out. So Zanko was injured, Hogg was injured for the midfield. So that's the spine gone out straight away, and Aaron Moy. Now, luckily, Aaron Moy, one of our star players, he wasn't injured. His wife went into labour, and Wagner did say, there are more important things in life than football. So Aaron Moy went to the birth of his son, and he won't be watching this, but congratulations.
He
might be, yeah.
Well, he might if you're watching Aaron Moy. Congratulations on your son. Yeah, but I don't think it had made much difference. But I think Wagner probably looked at it as Zanka and Hogg are doubts. Why bother risking
Season-wise, you think you're going to survive this season? Because me and Riz have got you down as relegation.
Oh, I think everybody's got us down.
You as well.
I think everyone's got us down as 19th, just above Cardiff.
Because who have you bought?
Well, we've bought 3 players that we had on loan last season, which I think are massive. So Jonas Lossell, the keeper, who's not started.
No, I'm not a fan of his at all.
I am. Yeah, Town fans are.
He was a liability. Same as Ben Hamer. They're good shot stoppers, and I know a little bit about goalkeeping because my oldest lad was a goalkeeper, so I've been around that goalkeeper trainer a lot. He was a good shot stopper, which is the basic for a goalkeeper. Yeah. Apart from that, technically, he was a liability. His positioning.
Ben Hamer was,
His reading in the game.
That's why my hairline's receding watching him on Sunday, Ben Hamer. Honestly, it would have been, if you erase his errors, if you take away his errors, it would have been 4-1. But I guess City have got to force their errors upon Town's team, so I can't take that away from City.
But no, I mean, I'm talking more Lursel last season. He was a liability. He was not a good keeper for you. He looked good early games, but
I have to disagree. I have to disagree. I go to the games, but obviously an outside perspective, if that's how you guys perceive him, I liked him at Town. I think he saved us points. This time last season, 2 weeks in, we were sitting on 6 points, and he saved us. We beat Newcastle 1-0. and there were several opportunities when it could have been 3-1 to Newcastle, and Lossell was the wall at the back. I did like him. I do think we do need someone better, but I think for Town there are more important positions to invest in, because we don't have funds to buy 11 new players.
You need someone who can score goals.
Yeah. I'm not sure where to go about that. I don't think we've bought goal scorers.
But anyway, cheers for that.
I could go on for hours.
Yeah, we could. We digress a little there. It is interesting though. It is very interesting because again, with the Liverpool connection, I'm a fan of David Wagner as well.
You should have given us someone Klopp.
Should have asked. You don't ask, you don't get.
Mignolet.
Stevie's taking them all, yeah. He could have had any of them. Clavan, Karius, Mignolet.
I think I'm okay, thank you.
Is that improving?
Okay, anyway, moving on then. We're going to talk about, quickly, we'll start with expensive flops then, because both of you have had them in your team.
Sanchez.
I never flop.
Apart from when you put Ericsson as your...
Stop giving Ericsson pelters! I will say this about Ericsson though. I did some research the other day, and when was the last time Tottenham scored, apart from this weekend, before this weekend, when was the last time Tottenham scored from a free kick?
Probably...
I have no idea.
When Ericsson put one away at the end of last season or something?
2015.
Really?
Apparently Tottenham haven't scored a direct free kick since 2015 when Ericsson got 2 in that game. Trippier scored this game. So
it's worth
we were talking
pieces of it, don't we?
We were talking, saying Tarek keeps yelling at me about Ericsson, and we both said in the chat, well, he gets assists and free kicks, and then apparently he's not getting free kicks. So I'm just relying on him for assists, but I think he will. I think he will come good. I'm gonna give him.
I praise Tottenham for not buying anyone. I think it's given. I know people say fresh. It's disgusting that they've not invested, but I think it's almost given themselves an upper hand, because everybody already knows everyone. Yeah. They've not got three new players like Liverpool. I know obviously you're doing very well, and like everyone thinks you're going to come second or top, but you're still trying to break into that new starting 11, and Klopp might not know what his starting 11 is yet. Pep might not know what his starting 11 is yet. Mendy coming back fit.
Well, yeah, we spoke about both those points last week. We were saying one on Tottenham, they've invested in the stadium, 800 million, 900 million, so they have invested.
Yeah.
And 2, the number of players coming in, what West Ham have done, they're just not going to gel.
No. That's why I'm sticking with Fabianski, because long term I think eventually they will gel. I hope so anyway.
Well, is he another flop? Flappy Hansky, you've had him, haven't you, as well?
But he's not an expensive flop, is he? He's the cheapest in the game. Yes. And he's one of 2, he's a pairing. So, you're spreading your bets there, aren't you?
Yeah, with 6 goals already. The West Ham need to sharpen the defence, really. Yeah. The West Ham defence.
They bought a centre-back for 22 million and he's on the bench.
Yeah.
The West Ham players in fantasy football, none of them have got any points. They're all on 0 points.
Mitrovic has, to be fair.
Has he?
1 penalty.
I'm sure I love them.
Not Arnautovic scored a penalty.
No, West Ham's defence.
Defence,
the defence has got 0 points, so it shows how badly they're doing, which is reflected on
But yeah, I mean, the only other ones we had, like I say, Ericsson, to be fair, talking straight, I think maybe stick with him, because Harry Kane's starting to fire now as well, and the players around him, so he might come good for you. Sanchez, has he been flopping for a season and a bit though? Maybe.
Yeah. Since he wore a United shirt, I believe.
Yeah, so
doesn't like that shade.
We don't need to go back to Jose though. It's not about.
It's not Jose's fault. It's
how many minus points do you think he'd have if you could have managers on your fantasy team?
Oh my god.
We won't go there.
No,
we won't go there.
Yeah. And my final one is the whole of the United defence.
Apart from Shaw, who we said the other week about he scored his goal and then everybody went mental and put him in the team and his price shot up, and we said, but it's only 1 game. He got an assist at the weekend.
4 points.
Yeah, but still, he's built it to people just looking at it and seeing him racking him up. They're going to put him in. So
but I personally, I'm going to stick with it. I said those people who got him in are going to be getting him out sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Final topic then, under the radar player picks. So these are the ones I've been giving them the eye test. We call it the eye test. Watching them, see how they look, and looking at their stats, what they are doing, what they're expected to be doing. And I've got a list of a few players. Give me your thoughts on what you said. One, Jack, you already mentioned in one of the teams, the lowest scoring points team was Ings.
Yeah. I think he might do well at Southampton. I mean, I think Southampton are going to be down there with Huddersfield battling it out. But if someone's going to get them goals, I think he's your man. Point. And I think Liverpool have done the right thing, loaning him out to Southampton. Apparently he was supposed to come to town at one point, but then he got injured.
It's a sale. It's not a loan, it's a sale.
Is it a sale? Well, do you know what? Fair play, and I hope he has an absolute smashing season.
No, you know what? No, you're right, because
I did think it was a loan, but
he can't play. I remember him reading.
I assumed the Liverpool fan. I just assumed you'd be right with being a Liverpool fan.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, they've got option to buy at the end.
At the end, right? Fair enough. Yeah, that seems to be the case with most loan deals, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's in a fantasy perspective as well. He's only $5.5 million, which if you've got your Anavcevic, Zaha's, which a lot of people have gone for like big striker, and then them two seem to be featuring a lot. Yeah. If one of them gets injured, you drop him.
You drop King. King is a straight one. Get King out. Get him in.
And even if you don't get Ings, get Wilson. How good has he been? I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long it'll last.
This is it. You see, because
I was debating between going for Wilson, but then I thought it's not. Bournemouth aren't going to last.
Two seasons ago, he started like a house on fire and had him in, and then that's when he got that really bad injury. He was out for the rest of the season. So last season, I did a nostalgia pick and got him back in. Nothing. He did nothing.
No, didn't come back the same, did he?
No. So far, he's looking like the new Maradona. Let's see. Bournemouth.
Why has he failed the urine test?
But yeah, no, Bournemouth themselves are doing pretty well. Mitrovic, who I've got in my team for Fulham, I think he's going to come good because the amount of shots he is having and the amount of work he gets through. I think at 6.5 initially we all thought he's a bit expensive. Maybe 6 would have been a good price for him, but I think he's worth every penny of that now. I think at 6.5 he's going to get me a few points. Doing very well on Fulham themselves.
I had him in my initial draft.
Yeah.
I'm a bit gutted that I took him out, if I'm honest with you, because I think my thought was they've invested so much. Does the manager know which starting 11 is? Are they going to be able to do that and just the Premier League? Could they flop? As a team, could they flop? And also, I feel like fantasy has killed off the 3 promoted teams, maybe not Cardiff, but Wolves and Fulham. They've got players at 6.57 million. Yeah. That's really expensive for a newly promoted player, I feel.
I think those prices are going to come down though, because Sessegnon dropped. So
yeah, he's 6.4.
Despite getting an assist, he did get an assist in that game. Yeah. Maddison, what's your thoughts on Maddison?
I think he looks cracking.
Yeah.
I think he looks really, really good. Alex Pritchard, who plays for Town, used to play alongside him at Norwich, and those were the 2 main guys.
Right.
And it's good to see him in the Premier League because I've heard nothing but good things from him.
Yeah. Well, Riz has been raving about Maddison for the last few weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So Riz making the picks.
He is. I think at the moment I'm yet to be convinced on his FBL output because no doubt for Leicester he's doing fine, he's doing well. The last game, I think he got a bit lucky, got the goal and stuff because he wouldn't have got any bonus points, I don't think, for that performance. It wasn't his best performance. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. But again, 6.5 midfielder, isn't he? 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
At 6, I'd be in for him.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be swapping out Kante or Jorginho for him, 100%. Because he could have scored against United, but David De Gea made one of those saves that he does to save the points.
Mkhitaryan, who you already mentioned.
Yeah, Mkhitaryan. My brother's fantasy team was saved by Mkhitaryan this week, doing the business. 7 million. And Arsenal, like we said before, Arsenal have got through their tricky patch of opening games. And if you don't know about the FPL, they rank fixtures by difficulty, don't they? Mm-hmm. So Arsenal have got 8 games now before they meet Liverpool. 5 of them are of a 2 difficulty, and 3 of them are of a 3 difficulty. So I think Mkhitaryan did really well against Chelsea, and he could only get better.
He seems to be their only playmaker.
On the flip, just a brief one on that. Ozil, if he's in your team, I don't think.
Was it 8 million?
8 million, yeah.
It's gone down, I believe. It's 7.9 now as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's getting ahead of the striker. He's been told to get forward, but then at the same time he was hooked in the last game as well.
Yeah, so I don't think Hooray Henry likes him.
These days are numbered.
Yeah. That's what it's called, isn't it? Hooray Henry.
Unai Emery.
It'll do.
I would, if you've got Ozil and transfer free, and you want to keep the Arsenal player, I would definitely flip him for Mickey because he's so
I
fine.
think you'd be mad to
He
even
blows
have
man.
considered having Ozil in the first place over
Yeah,
Mickey.
I know.
I don't. Yeah,
Lazy.
if you're in that position, you must be new to fantasy.
Yeah,
You must
exactly.
be. You must be.
Pedro, I've actually got him in this week.
Ooh.
Yes. Another bargain player. He's gone up to 7.6. So threw my numbers off a bit. I've got 0.4 in the bank. So for a rainy day. But yeah, Pedro, he seems to be thriving in the new system.
Class against Town.
Rotation risk potentially with Hazard and Willian, but I think Willian is bottom of that pecking order.
Yeah, he made a mistake at the weekend, didn't it? That potentially led to a goal, I believe. From what I've seen of the Chelsea squad, I don't think the manager has any reason to drop Pedro.
Yeah, and his numbers are looking good, stats are looking
good. If
good.
it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, and at 7.6 again, whoever has got Ozil in your team, get rid and get Pedro in. Yeah.
Quickly. Because Pedro's going up and Ozil going down.
The last three you may not have heard as much of. One is Rawls. I don't even know his first name. He's that Cardiff midfielder. But he's their creative player. He's doing quite well. I mean, I know Cardiff, but if you need a budget pick, they are against... Who have you got? Huddersfield have got somebody bottom end, haven't you, next? Who are you playing?
Cardiff.
Right, there you go. Cardiff.
Cardiff, yeah.
Relegation
So
6-pointer already, isn't it?
Well, our season starts on Saturday, and
Yeah.
if we don't win, then we don't... No disrespect to Cardiff, but if we don't beat Cardiff at home, we need... we're going down.
I'd be wary, because one, this guy Rawls, I think he plays in the middle of the park. Like I say, I think he's their creative player, and he's very busy. And one is their left winger, I think. So I think you're in for a bit of a surprise against Cardiff.
I think we'll be fine. I've got to back my team. I think we'll be fine. If we can't beat Cardiff, then we're struggling.
Fair enough,
so
yeah.
I've got to back Huddersfield. No disrespect to Cardiff, but I think we've got to look at Cardiff. I know they'll probably be looking at Huddersfield thinking 3 points. We've got to go for it.
Yeah.
But then also we'll be thinking our season starts today. We've had Chelsea, then City, Cardiff, 3 points.
Fair enough. Last couple of players then under the radar. Player picks, both Pereira, at Leicester, the defender, and Pereira, the midfielder, at Watford.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both
Class goal in the first week, can I just say?
Yes.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
definitely. So if you're looking for a budget pick, I can't remember their prices offhand. I think they're both 5.0, I think they are. So if you're looking for a budget pick, maybe even just bench fodder, somebody who might come on instead of Wan-Bissaka for you.
Yeah.
Don't
remind me, please.
Someone to look at. And the final one, Ryan Fraser at Bournemouth. We've just spoken about Bournemouth on the up, and Ryan Fraser's at the centre of it all, isn't he?
Yeah. Just whilst we're on the topic of Bournemouth and Fraser, another player I've been looking at who is exciting me is David Brooks, who they signed from Sheffield United. And I believe at the weekend, he was the 6th for shots.
Right.
I don't know if they were on target or not, but he was 6th for shots. Obviously, if it's miles wide, it's ridiculous.
Killed 3 people in the crowd.
But David Brooks is a very exciting player, and he's only just adjusting to the Prem from Sheffield United. So
I was going to say, I had heard his name, but I didn't get the chance to check his stats out, so that's why I didn't include him on there. I didn't just want to mention a name if I don't know much about him. But good shout. I've heard his name mentioned. That's about us pretty much. We're going to just finish off with, usually it would be, what are we going to do this week? But in this instance, I think it is, what have we already done for game week 3, Liam?
Naff all.
Really?
Yeah, nothing.
Still got Ericsson, still captain.
Ericsson wasn't good. No, nothing this week. Like I said in the first couple of episodes, I always like to have 2 transfers in the bank, and this season I used one in the first instance to get Mendy in, and I'm looking at it and I think everybody has got pretty okay fixtures. So I think I'm gonna back my transfer. Yeah.
Cool.
Just,
so
keep
bank
it as
on
it is.
2 and see what happens next week.
Bank on 2.
You're risking even more price changes though.
Yeah, there's nobody really wanting at the moment, I don't think. I think Ericsson, I think anybody else that I would get in for Ericsson is a bit cheaper anyway, so I'd be save
the pennies for a rainy day, my friend. The pennies might come back, you might need them.
Yeah, so just keep it as is this week, and
Good stuff. Nice and steady Eddie.
Hold and hope.
Let's see what happens, yeah.
Thank you.
Check, what are you doing?
I've made my transfers like yourself.
Right.
Sanchez out and King out, both gone. I've brought in Kante to the midfield, which has freed up funds to bring in Aubameyang. So I have Aubameyang, Aguero and Arnautovic as my front three.
Not bad.
I did contemplate bringing in Zaha so I could have Mkhitaryan, but I feel like Mkhitaryan is the majority. I think he's got more players, people selected. So I've gone for Aubameyang, who might be not so much of a differential, but I think for that premium striker slot, people have gone for Aguero, like I've previously said.
Yeah, I think he is a differential one because the people who started with him, I was checking this one out, the ones who started with Aubameyang first 2 weeks are actually dropping him now. They've dropped Aubameyang, so he is becoming a bit of a differential,
Yeah, so I've gone for him.
Cool. Yeah. That'll be interesting to see because Arsenal's fixtures, like we said, had turned now and they're getting better.
Yeah.
And Arsenal weren't doing too badly in that second game anyway. So
no, Arsenal the only team I'm looking at that I think I might get somebody in, but can't find.
Undecided yet.
Can't find where.
Well,
I would invest. That's my advice. Invest in Arsenal if you haven't covered it.
Yeah. My tip for now, then, what I've already done is I have got rid of Bailly and got in Tarkowski from Burnley, who it wasn't my best pick. I'm trying to get, despite having said don't go Chelsea defence, it looks like Alonso and Azpilicueta are doing okay, so that's a long term. So short term, because I got in Pedro at 9.6, I got rid of, I can't tell you, where's my team? I got rid of Sessegnon at 6.5 and ended up having to get Pedro at 7.6.
That's what you said, yeah.
7.6. So I had to lose some value from Bailly, hence Tarkowski, who did all right. He scored on the weekend, but they've got the Europa League. So
I don't think they can cope.
They're not. I don't either. So it's not.
I hope they do.
They lost, 3-1 to Watford at the weekend?
Yes. Yeah. So it's not a pick I'm confident in, but it's only a short-term one because, like I said, I've already planned game week 4. I'm already looking forward to that. Looking at how Bernardo Silva's going to do in game week 3, where he's played, what he does. He's the one I'm looking at dropping. He's 7.5, dropping for Mkhitaryan at 7.
Yeah.
And then upgrading my defender Tarkowski to hopefully Alonso, but I don't think it's
he's still on free kicks as well.
Yeah.
Still on free kicks.
So apart from that, I'm still really happy with my team. They're doing really well. Zaha's just about getting by. Let's see how he does now. He's got a few easier games coming up.
Yeah.
Palace, yeah. So Zaha is potentially in the future might change to wings. Yeah, that's who I'm looking at of the budget strikers. And that's your lot. Riz isn't here to tell us. Hopefully he might be able to tell us at some point. Might put it up on Twitter or something, or put it on the description in the YouTube channel down below. So thank you for watching. It's been a bit longer, a bit extended. Thank you, Jack, for coming along. It's been good fun.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and thank you, Liam.
Yes, all right. Thank you, T. Thank you, Jack. Full-time Banter 7 Twitter handle. Get on it. Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully, a bit more in a bit of a better mood now.
Yeah.
Anywhere in parts
Got
1
all
and 2.
the anger out.
I feel I'm knackered, boys. I'm absolutely shattered.
You want to see a different side?
I've been quiet in this because I've just been like, so buggered.
If you want to see a different side of Liam, because everyone's been saying, oh, that Liam, he's such a nice, quiet guy. He doesn't say anything. You and Riz, you don't shut up. You don't let him speak. Watch parts 1 and 2 and watch him unleash the beast.
Well and truly.
Hey!
Okay. That is it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Get in your comments. I'll be in touch with what we're talking about next week at some point, and we will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.